Crazy BBQ in the puzzle games, casual games category. Where is it? Not on the first page. And there it is, up in the corner, Crazy BBQ. And we got a picture of, very distressed, not thing. Wait. I'm trying to comprehend what I'm looking at here. So it's like a squid and an octopus and a bell pepper. Yeah, this is gonna be pretty crazy. Maybe. Let's go into it, see what we got. So, Crazy BBQ. Once again, 1 or 2 players select, so let's see what we got. So, level 1. And there's a 0 out of 6 in the corner. Okay. So definitely some kind of puzzle game. I got like a skewer at the bottom. Not sure what I'm supposed to do here. Okay, so I put something on the skewer. Do I have to put another one on? Okay, now I got 2. Okay, that's interesting. So I got like 4 in a row? Is that what I'm trying to do? Just get 4 in a row of the same kind of thing? That seems to be doing the trick. Oh no, wait, that time I got 3 in a row and it's still counted? Interesting, like maybe certain things need to be 3 in a row and some 4? Well, if I get 3, like... Okay, that's still counted as 3 in a row. I do not understand the logic of this game. Or actually, you know what it is? When I let go of the button, it immediately pulls back the skewer. So maybe it doesn't actually count the move until the skewer pulls back. So like, I mean, if I do something like that, get those 2, and then skewer this one all the way to the end. Okay, that's interesting. It immediately counted at the moment the thing on the front changed. So what if I grab like this one now? Okay, so that clearly doesn't work. And if I grab these 2, and then 1 more, okay, and it clears those 3. Interesting. Okay, so if I get 3 in a row like that, then I'll be able to... Or wait, what? Can we do a combo? Yeah, you can technically do a combo, but it didn't seem to give me any extra points for like actually achieving it. Okay, so I'm thinking here, like, can we actually get like 4 in a row easily? Like if I do something like that, and not that one, and then grab that 2, and then grab these 2, so that's worth 50 points instead of 30. So you do get a small bonus if you can get more than 3 in a row. And yeah, it looks like the goal here is 1,000 points before we move on to the next level. So let's see if we can make that happen. You know what, let's see if we can make a combo again, because maybe that will actually get us some extra points or something. So I've got 2 of the meat on the bones there. And then let's get a couple of these faces with caps. I don't know what kind of food that's supposed to represent. Maybe it's potato or onion? I don't know. But then let's grab these 2. No, I didn't combo, it's just 30 points each. And yeah, it's not timed, so you can take all the time you want to figure out which items you want to pull off the board here. But it will scroll down when the layers sort of, when you manage to pull back the layers to a certain extent. And so far I haven't seen any opportunities to go for 5 in a row. Like 4 in a row doesn't seem to be that hard. And I got another 4 in a row possibility right here with these marshmallows, I think? Or no, it's probably tofu. Okay, and we're about to clear the level. So, level complete. So how does the next level work then? It still says 0 of 6 for the skewer. The goal's up to 1,300. And we've got the bell peppers now instead of the tofu, but I don't see any other considerable differences, although we have a chance to make 5 in a row with the bell peppers. Let's see how many points that's worth. Okay, that's worth 80 points. Let me do some math here. I did the math, and you are actually getting more points per food entity cleared if you're clearing 5 in a row. So it's definitely good to go for those 5 in a rows if you can make them. I'm trying to figure out what my best option here now is. I see another potential for 5 in a row. But first I gotta clear some tomatoes out of the way. And then we grab that one, and these 3 right here. There we go, another 5 in a row. But it makes me wonder if it's even possible to get 6 in a row, because the moment you clear 3, like, that's it. You would have to have like 4 in a row on the board and 2 on your skewer already to be able to get 6 in a row. Also, for a game called Crazy BBQ, I'm seeing a severe lack of fire. You would think a game called Crazy BBQ would have some semblance of fire going on, but no, it's just skewering food with faces. Like, so far, this seems to be no more or less challenging than level 1. Like, I would have thought that increasing the level, maybe they would have had a bigger variety of things, but all they did was they swapped out one of the food entities for another food entity, and that doesn't really increase the challenge. Unless they think that maybe because the score goal, or like the goal is higher, that in and of itself would make it more challenging, but kinda not really. And yeah, there's the end of the level. So how's level 3 gonna be different then? We're up to 1600 as the goal. It's still can only have 6 on the skewer. So now we got ham in place of tomatoes, it looks like. But that's just swapping another thing out for another thing again. That's not increasing the difficulty. You know, I see a lot of interesting 5 in a row potentials here. I want to try to let the board scroll up a bit more to see if maybe we can get a 6 in a row somehow. So let's make an effort to just clear away things to get the layers to move. So this will get us another row. And no, nothing showed up to make a 6 in a row possible. And then this should do it for level 3. So level complete. Is there a level 4? Well, there's a level 4. Got a 2,000 point goal now. And yeah, it just keeps swapping out certain things for other things without actually increasing the number of different ones. I think something else maybe I should point out right now is that this takes a while. I'm still going at it here, trying to get past level 4, because it's a big point total to reach, and it does not go that fast. Okay, finally, 4 in a row showed up on the board, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to potentially make that happen, because I can't see a way to... because I'm so close to the goal. By the time I clear enough away to get the tomatoes I would need to line up that 4 in a row, I'm going to have beaten the level. So, yeah, that's not going to work so well. Because, yeah, any score I make now is going to clear the level. Oh, well. So that's level complete. Is there a level 5? There's a level 5. Oh boy. Okay, there's a 6 in a row potential, and I can actually go for it. Let's see how many points you get for 6 in a row. 100. Wait, that's it? Okay, I did the math. 100 from 6 pieces is only very slightly worth more than 80 for 5 pieces, which is worth considerably more than 50 for 4 pieces. So the 6 in a row bonus is crap. It is just crap. You might as well just go for the 5 in a row bonus. And you know what, just to confirm that we're playing this game correctly, let's see what happens if we get up to 6, and then, yeah, if we try to go over 6, we lose. So that kind of makes sense. Although, just for completeness sake, let's check a couple of the other things out here. So let's go back into it. I noticed that it didn't immediately result in death at 6 in a row. So maybe getting a 7th isn't immediate death if you will get 3 in a row in that instant. So like, let's load ourselves up with 4 on the stick. And then if we go for 1, 2, and 1 more, okay, it does get rid of it. So you can have up to 6 on your stick at a time, or what did I call it before? You can have up to 6 on your skewer at a time, but if you add a 7th, and that 7th ends up not creating a row of 3 or more, then that is game over. And I suppose I should probably check to see how the 2-player mode works. Yeah, so it looks like player 1 and player 2 both have a skewer. but there's only one score total. That's kind of weird. So both players are working cooperatively, but what if one player gets a game over? That's just it. So it's not only is it cooperative, but if one player goes down, that's it for the game. So interesting. So it's not a competitive game, it's another one that's cooperative. Anyways, that was Crazy BBQ. It is not nearly as crazy as it looks, and there's no actual barbecue or flames or anything of the sort. It's just skewer personified vegetables and meat for points. And, I mean, there's nothing wrong with this game. It works fine, it plays fine, but again, it is incredibly basic. Okay, so this is our first time looking at the RetroPlay 201 device, and as you can see, this probably looks a little more in line with what you might expect out of a bootleg console. So there are indeed 200 games in this list. It's not like some of these multi-things-in-one things where it starts repeating all the time. Although maybe some of these games are repeats just with different names. I don't actually know because I have not tried all 200 of them by this point. But the thing is, this is very much a Famiclone sort of device, except from what I understand, most of what's on here is actually homebrew stuff, as opposed to ROM hacks of existing games. Though from what I understand, there are some ROM hacks on here too, so if we run into any of those, they're going to end up in a dishonorable mentions section of these videos. So we don't have to dwell on them because if it's a ROM hack, it's going to be a game that probably most people are familiar with to some extent, so not really a whole lot of reason to play it. My goal here is to showcase the games that we don't know about, to see if any of them are any good. And then also I should probably point out, I spent like 20 minutes trying to get this thing working, because apparently, despite the fact that the RetroPlay 201 has a physical on-off switch, it drains the batteries when it's off. I mean, it's a physical on-off switch. Like, you are actually moving a contact to create a circuit between the batteries and the computer circuits inside. How is that draining the batteries when it's off? It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, once I figured out that I needed to replace the batteries, I got it working again. And I should also mention the RetroPlay 201 is a lot smaller than you might think. Like, if you see the picture of it that I have online, you might think, oh, it seems like pretty sizable. No, this thing is like, it's only as wide as like 3.5 of my fingers. It is tiny. Okay, so the first game we're going to be looking at on this thing is Toad in the Hole, game number 44. So let's start it up, see what we got. Okay, that's a bit weird. The game's just sort of going already? So I have actually looked at a few games on here already, just to make sure like that the device was working and stuff, but the thing is that they all have title screens. Like, that was very weird that this game started up and had no title screen. And it seems like the A button is like the hammer button, and the B button... Wait, what? The B button's a reset button! That seems unusual. Why would you put the reset button right next to your whack button? That's dangerous. You could like totally screw your game up. Although, to be fair, it only lasts 40 seconds, apparently, but then this is just the first stage, so, like, I mean, maybe later stages last longer, or have different things to whack or something. I don't know. Okay, so the stage is almost done. Hit 17 things. We get a little musical ditty. Turns out we got 1,100 points, and... Wait, it still says stage 1. What? How are we still on stage 1? Maybe we gotta hit like a certain number of them? But then it didn't seem to allude to anything like that. I don't know, this seems weird that we're still on stage 1. By the way, if you're watching me control this and think you can do better, the RetroPlay controls are actually, kind of terrible. I got 1,200 points, or wait. Shouldn't that be like 3,200? Also, I'm still on stage 1. What? But yeah, the little controller on the RetroPlay 201, it's not a D-pad, it's like a mini joystick thing, but it acts like a D-pad internally, and it doesn't have a pivot point on it, so you can push the entire thing down. So it's actually really difficult to do like precise movement with it, which can make it a little tricky to hit things in this game for sure. So I hit 21 things that time. So... oh no, wait a minute, those beans lose you 200 points each. Like those beanstalk things. Okay, so we only want to hit the moles. But that still doesn't answer the question as to why we're still stuck on stage 1. Okay, let's only hit moles. Try to make an effort not to miss any of them. Because maybe the idea is just hit all the moles, don't miss anything, and that'll do it. Hopefully. Oh, I already missed one. Yeah, it's very hard to get to them because of the way these controls work. I actually got a different musical ditty this time. And we're still on stage 1! I mean, the one saving grace is it's a little forgiving in terms of the timing. Like, if the mole is heading back down into the hole, you can still actually hit it. So as long as you're a little deliberate with your movements, then you can usually... yeah, I was trying to push down there. It's very, very difficult to be precise with this thing. Or maybe it could just be this particular game, because I was noticing I was pushing up and down and it just wasn't moving at all. Alright, you know, the other thing too, given the fact that there's no title screen on this, but there really should be a title screen, like I swear most of the games on this thing have title screens. So maybe the fact that it's skipping the title screen, not to mention the fact that B is a reset button. Like, maybe the game is just inherently broken, because for some reason it's skipping the title screen when it shouldn't, and that's causing it to, like, not advance the stages properly. Like, I mean, that's not impossible. It could be that this game has been hacked in such a way that it just is stuck perpetually on stage 1. Yeah, I've tried this a few times now. I cannot get it to advance past stage 1, so I think it's just perpetually stuck here when it's not supposed to be, because the game was implemented just that badly. So yeah, Toad in the hole, eternally on stage 1 with 40 seconds and not scoring things properly because you can't see your score on screen and because it resets and because the B button is a reset button. Yeah, I think this one hasn't been ported over properly. And hopefully that's not an indication of things to come. Like, I mean, as I said, I've tried some of the games on here already, and none of them were this bad in terms of functionality. Most of them seem to work okay, so we're kind of off to a bad start, and hopefully that's not indicative of things to come.